What's up, guys? Steven Bogren here from Pro Physique. Today, what I want to talk about is don't fucking compete! Hey guys, happy Tuesday, everybody. Sorry for the change of scenery. I've actually broken down the old video YouTube room as I'm moving. Old Stevie's buying a house finally. No more renting this fucking floody bullshit place. But that is why I've been a little bit off the radar lately. Doing my own thing, trying to adult pretty hard over here. Whew, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know how you guys do it. So anyways, guys, let's talk about the topic at hand. And that's, not fucking competing. So I think that's definitely a hard thing to hear for a lot of people. Like, hey, we're not in a good place to compete. We're not in a good place to start prep. But it's something that a lot of people need to hear. Now, there are a lot of things that can influence this. But really what it typically comes down to is where your current body fat percentage is at. Are you maintaining weight? Are you losing weight? Are you gaining weight? What are your current macronutrient intakes looking like? And how much cardio are we currently doing? Right? We want to set ourselves up to be successful when we get to stage. It's a big deal. It is a lot of money for, a lot of people. It's even more money for females, right? It's a big time investment. It's a big work investment. It's a big life investment. So we don't want to take it super lightly and then have all that stuff that goes out the window, because there's still people that don't get quite stage lean that work really hard. There's still people that don't get as lean that have put in a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money into the process. And we don't want to take away from that, right? We want to make sure that we set you up to be successful, to be competitive, right? That's the goal. Like, everybody has different muscle origins and insertions. Some people have been working out longer, some people not as long. People have different muscle densities, right? So there's a huge array of people that are competing. But we want to do everything that we can to set you up for success as much as possible, right? So being that competition season has officially begun and we're in the swing of things, and I'm seeing a lot of different things coming in with new client inquiries and you guys that are reaching out for help. And I think that it makes a lot of sense to talk about some of those things. First and foremost, guys, we need to make sure that our calories are in a good place. Right? Now that's going to be different for everybody. Not everyone has the same metabolism. Not everybody is going to be like me, who can maintain on 3,400 calories a day and zero cardio. That's not a fucking fair or valid expectation. If you look at our coach Tyler, our other coach Tyler Weed, I think the first time I met him, he was maintaining his weight on like 600 carbs a day, something crazy, right? That's not everybody. Most people aren't going to have that, right? So one of the cool things I think is that people are sharing their macros nowadays. I think that's cool to be open and honest about what we're actually eating. Now, a lot of people bullshit that at the same point. What's up, social media? Who would have thought, right? But it gives us an idea of, maybe what might be realistic for us, right? So it's kind of cool when people are being honest about it. So for a lot of females, 1,600 calories might be like your fucking ceiling. That might be where we sit. But we can get to 1,600 calories and get cardio down, right? We're not doing any cardio. We're not eating fucking 20 fats a day. Which, by the way, guys, if your coach has you eating 20 fats, please, please, please start doing your research. Fats are an integral part of health. We need them for fat-soluble vitamins, right? We need them for hormonal health. That's what all your cell membranes are made out of. They're made out of fucking fats, right? So please do your research, because I see on a fucking regular basis coaches doing bad things that put people into dangerous spots for far too long, okay? And the sad part is it is no longer a surprise to me. So please, guys, do your research, reach out. There are great coaches out there. There are people that are going to keep you in a good place out there. But let's be smart about the approach that we take in terms of getting to stage. So first and foremost, guys, your calories matter. If you're eating 900 or 1,000 calories already and you think that we're in a good place to go into prep, we are simply not. We need to not be doing a show. We need to focus on getting your calories up, maintaining your weight, and setting yourself up for a good prep, successful prep in the future. Unless you're eating 900 calories and you're 2-3 pounds off of stage, right? Obviously, there's always a exception to the rule. But in general, most of us aren't doing that, okay? So we're trying to get lean still at that point. So we want to make sure that we pay attention to our calories. We also want to make sure that we pay attention to our cardio. We don't want to have to be doing, you know, fucking 5 hours of cardio a week just to maintain our weight. That's not a good place to be in to start a prep. The reason being is that we have really a couple main tools in the toolbox of fat loss to get stage lean. And that is calorie cuts, cardiovascular activity, right? Like cardio. Those are the main things that we're going to utilize in terms of a contest prep to facilitate a deficit or fat loss. Sorry, that's just a thing. There aren't magic supplements that magically put us into a deficit while we're still eating the same amount of food and doing the same amount of cardio when we're not in a deficit already. So we have to have room to work with, right? If I need a 10 millimeter socket and all I have is a 3 millimeter socket, like I can't get the fucking job done, right? So we want to think about it as in those kind of ideas. Maybe a better way to put this, if I have a saw and I need a screwdriver, I can't get the job done. I don't know. Whatever. Yes. So we need to make sure that we have the tools available and ready so that we can get to the goal point, that we can do the job of getting stage lean. If we're in a bad place starting off, we're going to be in a really bad place at the end. And typically, more often than not, we're going to stall out. We're not going to get lean enough. We're not going to bring the package that we want to anyways. So we miss the goal. We don't achieve the goal. And that's, at the end of the day, it's all about the goal. It's about that achievement, right? So for a lot of us, the answer is simply don't compete. Don't compete for now. And that's a hard thing to hear, and that's a hard thing to say. Because we are absolutely certainly very used to having things in a short amount of time, right? We're used to, here's my money, let's fucking do this, awesome, now I feel good. And competing just isn't that way. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lifestyle change, it takes commitment, and it takes giving up a lot of other things. So we have to make sure that since it is so all-encompassing and it takes so much out of life as it is, that we set ourselves up in the best place possible to be successful on that stage. It's really, really important, guys. So this really came up because I just see a lot of inquiries, and I've been having to tell a lot of people lately that they're not ready to compete. We're not in a good place to be looking at a competition prep. And if you've inquired, I promise you it's not just you. This is not a one-person problem. This is it's a big thing that a lot of people, you know, really have to pay attention to. And if you take the time to set yourself up to be successful, it pays off in the long run. It does, 100%. If you take the time to be consistent, to hit your macros, to make sure that we're making progress in the reverse, we're getting calories up, we're getting cardio down, we're patient enough with that process to make sure that we're in a good place when prep starts, like, it pays dividends. I promise you this, it pays goddamn dividends. But most of the people who I see who aren't happy with their package come stage day are the ones who rushed it, who allowed somebody to tell them that they could get there early, you know, that they could do this or do that and make it happen, instead of putting in the work up front to make sure that we set you up for success and did so in a reasonable manner in the first place. So that's the big thing, guys. Don't fucking compete. Don't force it. There will always be another show. Bodybuilding and physique competitions, they're not going anywhere. Trust me. I can tell you, I'm at shows all the time. There are a lot of people competing. It is not dying out. You're not going to lose your opportunity, okay? Take your time. Be patient with the process. Set yourself up for success, and you will be much, much happier with that end goal, right? That end product that you bring to stage. That's all I have for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe. I don't know how this works. All right.